We are going.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us here on this wonderful Wednesday night for episode 118 of Bombs and Advance and Wednesday Rants. Skip ahead 5 minutes if you want to skip the pre-game banter, and that's when the theme music will go and all the magic will happen. Right now, it's like you're watching the warm-ups at the Super Bowl. I mean, not the Super Bowl parade afterwards because those would be dangerous. But anyway, more about that in a bit. How are you doing, Mrs.? Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm
That's
doing
that's
fine.
banter. That's banter. We have to say.
Oh, okay.
That's it. We can't talk about our personal lives until Oh, I kid. That's up.
What?
And but no, I'm just going through my
Oh,
checklist of my stuff and the screens I want to have up. And I'm getting close. And I have no idea what I should have there. Hmm.
it's
Oh,
fascinating to listen to.
yes. Confused man talks about uh,
What he's
things,
confused about.
yeah, that you can't see.
Confusingly,
Yes. It- it's like radio without visuals.
radio doesn't have visuals.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like radio without the audio. How's that?
there you go.
All right. Do I have a really have a free screen? I guess so. I guess we'll fix it in post if not. Um, okay, I have your screen in one. Ah, that's what I need. Yeah. And
And
you
you're
got
still
them.
doing it. You just keep insisting on doing it.
What did I do?
You're just talking about what you're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fascinating though that may be. Here, let me click on this button and then I'll do this. Uninteresting.
Okay, got it going. So, oh, there's Jim. Here he sits with the last coffee of the day in his large-sized massive cannibalism mug.
All right.
Let's go. Why don't you give that man a massive cannibalism?
Massive cannibalism.
There you go. What a way to start the show.
That's right.
And it's Valentine's Day show. It's
Is
our
it Valentine's
special.
Day?
It is Valentine's. It's our Valentine's Day special. Was that yours?
That's me.
Okay, good. Oh, and Jim notes, happy Valentine's Day to my crush, the missus. Notice how I just get ignored.
I
So, so,
know.
so I was texting
It
you
would
happy
be
Valentine's.
weird if he had a crush on you.
Yes, it would be. So I went to send you a text that said Happy Valentine's Day this morning, and you got that, right?
I did.
You were not the first person to get a Happy Valentine's Day text.
Okay.
The first one was Pugsley.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I texted him about going because I asked him if he needed me to call him out of school, and so I went back and went to the open screen and I just texted Happy Valentine's Day. Oh,
Thanks,
wrong
Dad.
person.
That's weird.
I guess. Thanks, I guess. Oh, unintended
I guess
Valentine
so.
consequences.
I guess so. Not sure how well my computer's going to do. It's running real sluggishly.
Well, you can print most of your stuff off.
I don't need it. I can't print anything because our printer's not working.
No,
And if my computer
no, not
stops
print.
working, our
Oh, I see.
entire stream stops.
Yes. Okay.
How do you not get that that's how this works?
Holy cow. That's a weird thing that just happened to my computer.
See, it's gremlins in the machines.
Rainbows. I got it. All right, it's almost showtime. I think Mark will come getting in at the end.
Hard to
Oh,
say. Is he here?
not yet. Oh, there he is. He's here. Kelly notes, chocolate tomorrow for my loved ones, half price. See, that's smart.
Yeah,
And
see,
Kath
that's right. Hmm.
and Catherine notes, don't worry if you don't have a Valentine on Valentine's Day, you probably don't have a ground on Groundhog's Day either. Oh, Groundhog on Groundhog's Day. It was covered by a huge heart. With a huge heart on the screen. Let's not talk about hearts on the screen. Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Here, let me
It's
play
go
Let
time.
me play Mark in.
It's go time.
Is it go time?
It's go
Are you
time.
sure it's not goat time? I mean, it
Unless
could
we're
be
the
goat time.
greatest of all time.
Okay. All right. Hold on to your butts.
bombs and bands. Bombs and bands.
All systems go.
Bombs and bands.
Defiance.
Bombs and bands.
This rebel has a cause.
Bombs and dance.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 118th live edition of Bombs and Bands and Wednesday Rants. As always, I'm your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from the penthouse control room of the majestic Wilder Industries skyscraper. With me, as always, is Mark
Hey,
and the missus.
Hello.
Mark is at parts unknown, and the missus is deep in the bunker. How was the weekend, gang?
Uneventful.
Just like
Yeah.
just like we like it.
That's right.
And nothing makes for a better podcast than uneventful weekends, right? I got up, a little earlier than I normally do on a weekend. I was up by 10:30. So,
No, but I will start the podcast tonight with the caveat that my computer has been very bitchy, to use a polite term for it, all evening. And if it blocks up in the middle of a podcast, we'll just call that done because I will have thrown the stupid thing through the nearest window. So that's how my evening's going.
and if the podcast goes bad, it's because of the Iranians.
Yeah.
It's the Iranians.
It's the Russians. Come on.
Russia,
Russians.
Russia, Russia.
That's right.
Russia, Russia, Russia.
I do have funnies to start off tonight, though.
Go to your heart's content.
Okay. So here's funny number one. I love
can't-
Smidge the cat. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
But we know that the television was right when it told us
It's
those things about the
illegal.
vaccines.
Funny number two, which is very nerdy.
It's in the box. I thought it would be chocolates.
Nope. Pain. Happy Valentine's Day. And funny number three. You can't read it out loud because then YouTube would know what it said.
Yes. Because our voting system has the best integrity
That's
of
right.
any system.
Absolutely.
It's almost as safe and secure as the vaccine. There you go. Two great things that go great together. So I did note, it is Valentine's Day. I did note in my blog today, I enjoyed that, we're now, you and I, when we were younger, we went to more weddings, and now we're older, we're starting to go to more funerals.
Right.
You can't mix the two up, because if you say congratulations at a funeral, it's probably bad form, just like saying my condolences at a wedding. So,
And you don't want to dive to have to catch the flowers at a funeral either. That's a mistake I'll never make again.
still have dirt in your teeth from that one, don't you?
It's not what's in my teeth.
Oh, Mark, have you ever caught the flowers at a funeral?
Yeah, I think one time I was at one where it was really windy, and it got blown off the
Oh,
little table it was on.
oh. Well, let's skip over funerals. Well, then we'll be back to them fairly soon. Do we have any more funnies, or shall we go
Nope, that's all the funnies
right
I
into
have.
the meat of our show?
Into the unfunnies.
Well, we only have one unfunny story. I don't know what the second and third stories are even, but I assume only the first one is.
I had much longer paragraphs written, before I had to rewrite the entire sheet 3 times due to my computer. And it didn't,
So
nothing auto-saved. And it took me 3 times to learn because I'm slow today. So I can't brain. I got the dumb.
So the question is, how do you celebrate a world championship with a big parade and a mass shooting? The Newsbot has the details.
One person was killed and several were injured after shots were fired Wednesday afternoon near Union Station, where crowds had gathered to celebrate the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl win, police said. 2 armed people were taken into custody, Police Chief Stacey Graves said. 4 gunshot victims were being treated at University Health, a nearby hospital, spokesman Keith King said. From the rally, including 11 children, were being treated at Children's Mercy, spokesperson Lisa Augustine said. 9 had gunshot wounds, she said. Graves said she didn't know exactly how many people had been shot, but that some 10 to 15 had been injured.
Yay! We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't know that there were that many San Francisco fans in Kansas City.
I think they're Dallas fans who moved north.
It's probably another gang related thing. I did catch a video that showed a little bit of one of the people while the cops were kneeling all over him, and well, he could have been Obama's son.
So I was going to say, you're saying they're youth?
Oh,
Yeah,
Teens.
well,
They were teens.
People. Remember, they very specifically use the term people.
so continuing onward, Rich Eisen.
We don't want ageism in here.
Rich Eisen, the sports broadcaster, immediately took to his Twitter feed, his X feed, and X'd the comment that, you know what, he just said it's time to get rid of guns, and I said to myself, I need to read the comments on this, and it was a full. I would say it was a full 95% just bashing Eisen and telling him to stick to sports. And pointing out that the people who had the guns, who were 14 and 15-year-old kids, very illegal to have those guns in where they had them. So,
all you need to say is, listen up, sports boy. If I want your opinion on world matters, I'll pistol whip it out of you.
and you have to spell it, to really embarrassing you have to spell it B-O-I.
Yes, B-O-I.
Sports
Boy.
boy. But let's move off from the only set. This is the only set story, right?
What's that? That's the only sad story. Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to the first commercial. This is from.
Well, it's the only commercial because I had 2 that I was going to do, but I did not have time to get the second one done.
So this is from Slap Cop.
I did not get a chance to tag Slap Cop in there again. I wanted to get this done and get it saved before my computer crashed again.
Play the audio.
Imagine the parts where it could be better. Here it is. Are you tired of your secrets being as secure as a house of cards in a windstorm? Do you want to keep your confidential information more under wraps than a mummy at a birthday party? Introducing Secret Safe. That's right, Secret Safe, the ultimate solution for hiding your top secret secrets. With our patented technology, your secrets will be safer than a squirrel's stash of nuts in the winter. Say goodbye to makeshift hiding spots. With Secret Safe, your secrets will be protected by state-of-the-art encryption, biometric authentication, and a team of highly trained ninja squirrels.
Protecting your nuts. I mean secrets. Since 2024.
Thanks to Secret Safe, your secrets are safer than ever. Now you can finally sleep at night knowing that your secret collection of cat memes is secure. You'll never have to worry about being prosecuted for mishandling top secret information with Secret Safe. Or you could just be a Democrat.
I suppose that's the easy way. Life on
like
easy.
it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a product that the CIA would come up with.
Oh, we'll be talking about the NSA a little bit later, Mark. But so right now, I have some great banter leading into the next one.
Okay.
Literally on my sheet of paper, it says, "Her, more Newsbot."
Did you have more banter, or is that it?
That's all it says on the piece of paper.
Okay, all right. Again, had to retype the whole thing 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the her we're talking about is him, which is confusing, especially if you're not looking at the video. Well, this is Robert Hur, who just wrote the Hur report. It'd be really, really confusing if he was in a meeting with the president of China, where you have she talking to her. Anyway, Anyway,
That was a good one.
thank you. Here's the news bot.
President Biden was sloppy in holding on to classified material related to some of his most consequential policy debates as vice president, eager to show that history would prove him right, according to a special counsel investigation that yielded no criminal charges, but is likely to add a new dynamic to the 2024 presidential contest.
Yeah.
Never have I heard him argue more that he should be held criminally liable than in that particular case where he's saying, no, I'm competent to stand trial. I knew exactly what I was doing.
Well, as legal analyst Jonathan Turley said, they're not going to charge him because he's just too much of a likable, friendly old man. I don't recall that from all my years. I must have missed that day of law school where that's a defense against prosecution.
Well, let's be fair. You missed all the days of law school.
No, I didn't say that. Jonathan Turley did.
Oh, Jonathan Turley said that.
And Jonathan Turley is an actual lawyer.
Oh, I didn't know that when you had broken in there. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I was.
It's a special third year class offered at Harvard Law for
that explains why
people
Biden. That explains why
for
Biden
people
was
that are
in
going to
class,
work for the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yep. And coincidentally get their raises determined by the person who is a direct report for the president. Okay.
Joe Biden.
So the president adds his own report.
There's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business. Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of...
Our Lady of...
And that's where the
Our Lady of?
soundbite ends. Because when he's trying to prove that he remembers exactly when his son died, he can't remember where his son got the rosary that he wears every day.
Our Lady of? Our Lady of?
Yeah.
Our
He
Lady
has to
of?
wear the rosary to just
Smoking
remind
the
him that
reefer.
his son died.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon we're going to see him having little tattoos all over his body, just like Memento. Start calling him President Memento. Wakes up and he has to read the Post-it note stuck on his forehead. Oh, well, that's supposed to be happier. Yeah, that's still kind of glum. How about something lighter and fluffier? There we go. This is definitely going to be lighter and fluffier. And covered in maple syrup. For this, we go to the small western Kansas town of Liberal for the 75th annual Shrove Tuesday pancake races, where the women of the town compete with the women of only England to see who can run 400 yards the fastest while flipping a pancake. This year's winner, the Kansans. Just see the video. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, video, of course, courtesy of KSN, Channel 3 Wichita. And I don't see a lot of pancake flipping. I guess they're just holding the pancakes pan in one hand and a pancake is in the pan.
This would be much better with yakety sax on it.
Yeah, it would, yeah. But again, they've been doing this for 75 years. The women of only England have been doing this for like 400 years. And it was only like 75 years ago that the people in Liberal were like, we don't have anything better to do on Shrove Tuesday. Let's do this too. This seems fun. So they have a little ongoing yearly thing where they compete.
See, and this was post-World War II when Britain was having a lot of economic difficulties. I think the Kansans were saying, hey, we actually have pancakes in our pans.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can afford this food.
But I guess the Kansans also set a couple of records this year. I think one was the longest stack of pancakes, which was like, I don't know, something like 400 yards long, something like that, something ludicrous like that. And also the highest pancake flip. I'm not sure how they judge this, but apparently someone flipped a pancake 38 feet in the air, which is impressive.
That's indeed.
And I think they have to catch it, so I'm assuming they caught it too. So, see, that's better.
That's better.
Covered it with delicious maple syrup.
Which leads us right down to
I don't know. Are we doing
Conversation Street.
okay.
'Cause
See, you did it the other way last time.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. We did think real fast first, but here we go.
And now it's time for us to take down
I'm
the
sorry,
smooth
Richard
side-
Hammond. We will have to do that again. Call
Gotta do
foul.
the
I'm
hamster.
flagging that play. The hamster gets his due respect. Here we go again.
And now it's time for us to take a stroll down the smooth sidewalks of Conversation Street.
Yes, indeed. The street we call Conversation. And yes, that was the cracking of a beer. So my topic for right now is 1 million illegals in 6 weeks. In all of 2017, in 6 weeks, the first 6 weeks of this year, if I were Biden, I would say the first 6 weeks of this month, with 1 million illegals in 6 weeks. In all of 2017, the total number was 310,000, which is still not good, but I mean, it's 1 million, 3 times as much in 6 weeks. That's part A. Part B, a California Democrat just called for a $50 an hour minimum wage. Discuss.
They're just really good about running
Well,
businesses out of Colorado, California, not Colorado. Sorry.
Well, maybe they can. Well, they're good at running businesses out of Colorado too. But maybe they can. Maybe that $50 an hour will attract more illegals to California, and then the rest of the country can finally have its wish, and we can force California to leave the union.
Well, now at least we have a cost for what an illegal alien costs. $50 million an hour. And that's just the first 6 weeks. So, Catherine demands $1 million per hour.
Why
I'm
stop
on
there?
board,
Let's
Kevin.
just pay everyone $1 trillion an hour.
And in fact, this is how we make millionaires, guys. One by one.
Well, you know, I've
Yay.
told you before that I think the solution to all of these systemic racism in higher education in the United States would be very easily solved if we gave every member of every minority a PhD as soon as they're born. They don't even have to go to elementary school. Immediately granted PhD.
There you go.
Well, and it's got to come from one of the Ivy League.
Oh, yeah,
or it's got to come
absolutely.
from the Ivy League.
Harvard or Yale, their choice. And then this will be done.
I myself would welcome, an additional 10 million PhDs from Harvard.
Yeah, why not? What could possibly go wrong? It certainly wouldn't devalue the value that you would pay to get an actual Harvard education, would it?
Except I've got to say that the typical damage a Harvard PhD does is more than an H-bomb. So, just saying.
Yeah, but
They say
when
people
they're
are good.
when they're a dime a dozen, I mean that's the whole point. Is of course that's all about all their degrees are actually worth anyway. But
Things are getting weird, and they're getting weird fast.
Yeah. So then that was topic number 1. Topic number 2 on Conversation Street is a question that was originally asked by Dale Gribble. Was Valentine's Day created by Hershey's Chocolate, Hallmark cards, and Jared Jewelers and the ATF to force us to spend money on our wives instead of guns?
Yes. Next.
Well, how was my Dale Gribble?
That was not bad. Not bad.
Well, it really wouldn't be Dale Gribble, would it be? It'd really be
Rusty
Rust-
Shackleton.
Shackelford.
Oh, Shackelford.
Shackelford.
Sorry. Shackelford.
Yep. All right.
I
Well,
know
that
who
ta-
you are, and I know you don't know who I am, but I know where you live. Dale, it's Peggy. Oh, hey, Peggy. Is Frank Hank there?
All right. Well, let's end this jackassery and begin the other
Okay.
jackassery.
Which jackassery are we going to? You never do them in the same order.
The brain one.
Oh, okay. All right, we can do that.
Let's go.
This is Neil Young,
Hey, get that jackass out of here!
and I'm proud to present my brain jack.
Well, that's enough. We'll just call that done. Oh, good enough. We're done.
Or
As John Fetterman would say, hello, Good night, everyone.
Yes. Although, interestingly, as his brain has come back, he's sounding more and more conservative.
I
So
know.
proof
It's such
that
a
as you
headache to find myself agreeing with John Fetterman.
well, no, but it's proof as you regain brain function, you become more conservative.
I think I'm just going to have to shave my head, grow a goatee, and start wearing shorts and a hoodie everywhere I go.
All
And
right.
sneakers
So,
with no socks.
so here's number one. Where in this modern world are you most likely to find a jackass? At a climate protest. These two dummies decided to throw red powder on the protective case holding the Constitution today, prompting the shutdown of the National Archives.
And here they are, chanting.
We are determined to foment a rebellion. We will not be held accountable to laws in which we have no voice or representation. This country is founded on the conditions that all men are created equally and endowed with the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We're calling for all people to have all these rights, not just wealthy white men.
I don't know if
So
you guys
would
have
you-
noticed, but they're
The
white
cops are-
and they're men.
And the cops are black and not both men.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll continue on. That's pretty jackassy. So then there are the racists. UC San Francisco invited this man, Dante King, to speak on diagnosing whiteness.
And this is him lecturing to a lecture hall full of college students.
Whites are psychopaths, and their behavior represents an underlying biologically transmitted proclivity with roots deep in their evolutionary history. How many of you could see the proclivity that evolved deep within the evolutionary history of whiteness by show of hands? How many of you could see it? Some people are sitting here, oh no, I don't want to raise my hand.
Raise a finger.
Denial.
Raise a finger.
There's no discussion about the delusion and the perversion of whiteness. Say this with me. Rape culture in America is a legal, economic, and moral institution. So we have it written in the law, you can rape black women, but we've never been a racist country. This goes beyond gaslighting, and it's rooted in psychological delusion.
So I'm sure there was like a whole 2 hours of that.
Yeah, boy.
It's absolutely hilarious because he's obviously never actually looked at crime statistics.
Yeah, because
No, that's a result of systemic racism. See, whatever you bring up that is factually based to people like this, it's all explained away by systemic racism. It's like the magic wand they wave.
So
most black women are raped by black men.
Systemic racism.
They aren't raped by white men or Asians or
actually
Hispanics.
When you look at the statistics, you find
racism.
several things. People rape mainly within their own race, and actually, there have been many years in the FBI crime statistics reports when there have been zero, I mean zero reported rapes by white men of black women. So
See,
zero,
systemic racism.
literally zero. You're saying
Why won't white men rape black women? Racism.
Okay.
And then you say, well, it's all over the place. White men rape lots of black women. Well, that's also racism. See, it's the magic get out of jail free card.
Well, and it could be
Sometimes
that Dante
literally.
It could be that Dante has this low opinion of white people because he only meets assholes like those two who poured red powder on the Constitution. Could be.
That's a possibility.
Except he's also a tool. All right.
Well, I think just by listening to him that he doesn't know a lot about sex with women. So I'm just saying. Am I the only one that got that
Oh, I
that
totally got
impression?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way
Right,
outside
right.
of his realm of experience.
Experience, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop here because we'll get in a lot of trouble.
Mhm.
You probably shouldn't even use the
Not that
R
there's
word
anything
because-
wrong with it.
Yeah. So, Mark,
The
what
thing
is
that
your
he's
vote?
into, not the rape thing. The rape thing is bad.
Yes.
Just
Mark, what's your vote?
2.
two. Okay.
All right. Well, I am not going to
Catherine
be.
says 2. Jim says 2.
Yep. And I am not one to stand in the way of this tide. Actually, what I should say is it's 1 because the votes have been counted and 1 had 7,000 votes. Oh, wait. It is 2. So 2 is the winner.
And this has been the Brain Jackass of the Week.
So get that man's address so I can send him a trophy. All right. And I don't mean that literally. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything more about that man than I
Racism.
ever.
Racism.
Yep.
See, that's
All right.
racism. Now, if you wanted to get to know him, that too would be racism.
Yes, indeed. So let's go to
Think real fast.
where we have breaking.
You always do that to me.
Mm.
Even when I'm ready, I'm on the wrong screen.
Breaking news.
And everyone knows it.
That's right. I like that combo. The Senate voted on the Ukraine bill, passing it and giving them yet more billions of dollars. Mark, if we've paid for Ukraine already with all those billions of dollars, can we just send all the illegals over there to build it back better?
That is a good solution. Though, you do raise a point. With all the billions of dollars we've spent, don't we deserve to just take Ukraine and have it as our own territory?
No, then we'd have Ukrainians. All right.
Yeah, but they're over there.
But is Ukraine worth that many billions of dollars?
But it would be worth that many if we could send all the Guatemalans and Venezuelans over there.
That would be racism. But not letting them go, also racism.
Yes. It's a free flight.
Well, the
Racist?
thing is
It's free real estate.
Ukraine has historically been white. They need more diversity. And so you're right. It'd be perfect to send the Venezuelans and Guatemalans and others over there.
The missus, if Zelensky sees a shadow, does that mean 6 more months of war?
I think it's probably more than 6. But at this point, they may be running out of people.
I think they
And
are.
I mean that,
people.
actual people. Yeah.
Well, and I had read today that they were running out of ammo. Said units that were actually out of ammo or having to ration the ammo that they were giving. Of course, that is part of the problem with using your weapons on full auto all the time.
Well, the other thing I've heard is they're out of artillery shells, which means that the Russians are shooting about 10,000 shells a day, and they can shoot about 1,000, so they can't even shoot at the Russian artillery. So,
Great.
Yeah. All right. Noted transracial activist Rachel Dolezal. You'll remember her. She's the white woman who identified as a black woman.
I think it's
has been
Dolezal.
fired. Who cares? I don't like her. Has been fired from her job as an elementary school teacher. Her crime? Having an OnlyFans page. Mark, is it because she's black?
What have we learned here, Mark?
Horrid mental image of my life is her with an OnlyFans page.
I saw pictures and oh my God.
But the answer to the question is yes, it's racism. What have we learned tonight?
Okay.
It's racism.
It's all racism.
That's right.
The missus, what's more offensive, her pretending to be black or her pretending to be attractive?
That's racist. And I will not stand for it.
No, it's misogynist. I will not be mislabeled. Okay, I know that the name of this is Think Real Fast. But in this particular case, oh, by the way, need to remind everybody, like and subscribe and hit the thumbs up and the bell and everything.
You're supposed to do that at the beginning of the podcast.
I know, but this is more impactful, right before the big story.
I know, but if you do it that way, you get all of those people who are like, I'm not listening to 40 minutes of this. I have racism to go practice.
Yes. Okay. There have been a lot of reports today, and this is, I've seen multiple reports of some crazy stuff going on. A lot of reports today about Russia and orbital stuff. ABC reported
Like aliens?
that the Russians have, and I quote,
weapons. Okay, gotcha.
a galactic nuclear bomb. Yes, indeed. They use the word galactic nuclear bomb. as if the folks from the Andromeda Galaxy are helping out the Russians. Okay, but what came this came out of a congressional hearing, the bomb, not the galactic part. Now there have been secondary reports of GPS outages from the FAA and reports that the Russians have blown up one or more U.S. satellites in space. And so there's lots of stuff going on in space. So my question to you, Mark, is this the Gulf of Tonkin? Is the Gulf of Tonkin in space?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, certainly it could be. It would. I mean, they obviously. I think that if they wanted to do a real fake false flag thing for Russia, I suspect that they would do it more publicly, though.
I think it's more like Lusitania.
Okay. The missus, your question? Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. I had a follow-up question for you. Is Putin making chemical weapons in space?
No, he's shipping astronauts, well, cosmonauts, I should say, up there with many cans of beans, and he's making gas weapons.
There we go. The missus, isn't this how Independence Day started?
I don't remember, and that's probably racist. No, but I'm saying, if the if the Russians had the capability of doing all of this stuff in space, do you think there'd be quite so many of them lying down dead in the mud, face down in the Ukraine right now?
Yep. Jim thinks some Ukrainians with a yacht did it. So, could be right. And next story, Hulu is testing questions on ads at the end of commercials. And if you get it wrong, you have to watch another commercial. Okay, that was actually satire. But Mark, do you think this would be a good way to keep stupid people from watching television?
No. I'd still keep watching it and keep trying to answer the question.
What's beige? How is that different than taupe?
Well, what they'd probably do is give them a little quiz to see if they paid attention to the commercial. What product did we just advertise?
Well, no, that was the joke. It was, and the question was, what color shirt was the man wearing? White, beige, taupe. Anyway,
that reminds me of a joke I heard today, which is, why did the chicken cross the road? Answer: to talk to the dummy. Knock knock. Knock knock. Who's there? The dummy, the chicken.
Okay. The missus, what are the chances that Maxine Waters could watch anything on Hulu?
Why wouldn't Max? Oh, I know this. I know why Maxine Waters can't watch things on Hulu. Do you know why?
She'd have to answer the question. Oh, no, it's racism.
Racism.
Systemic racism.
Yes.
Because racism is apparently more systemic. Mm-hmm. All right. NSA spokesman Jake Sullivan decided that the NSA would like the Fourth Amendment, the search and seizure one, to not apply to them anymore. We do not believe that it serves the national security interests of the United States. That was their reasoning. So, Mark, isn't that super? I mean, what other amendments should we just make up a sentence and say that, hey, we just want to ignore?
Oh, just get rid of it all. Just put the NSA in charge of everything.
Well, I think we should put mad mothers in charge of gun policy. And the missus, who do you think should be in charge of I don't know, what you can say on I don't know, YouTube? Oh, wait, we already have people in charge of that, don't we? I better shut up.
But unlike the others, they're our friends.
Yes. We have plenty of places we can go. The missus, don't you think that free speech only means the ideas that the NSA approves?
Absolutely. Only government-approved ideas are covered by the First Amendment. I think we discovered all of that during COVID, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gone away. Right, YouTube?
The media said he lied, but now their tongues are tied. The media noted that Trump said again and again that his campaign was spied upon. Mainstream media called it baseless, false, and a lie. Turns out the Obama administration turned foreign surveillance onto Trump's campaign, monitored 26 people, just exactly like Donald Trump said. And Trump declassified all of that prior to leaving office, but now they won't give that data to anyone because, well, it's not still in the same binder. We don't know why he declassified. So, Mark, do you think CNN will apologize?
No, they won't even report on it.
And why won't they apologize? Racism.
It's racist.
The Constitution's racist. Okay. The misses is the biggest lie that CNN, NBC, and the likes are serious news organizations. Is that the big lie?
That's a pretty big lie.
Yeah. All right. We're coming up on our final. Well, it's not the final, it's the final tonight. Think Real Fast item. And in this one, Huma Abedin. I don't know if you remember her. She was married to Congressman Weiner, the same Congressman Weiner who liked to show his last name to little girls on the internet. Is now dating Alexander Soros. Alexander Soros is George Soros's kid.
Just cutting out the middleman.
Mm-hmm. Mark, what would happen if your cleaner dated your bank account?
If my what dated what?
Your cleaner dated your bank account. I mean, if you're Hillary Clinton, that's your person who handled all your nasty details. And your bank account.
I'm like a maid or something.
I don't have a cleaner. What? I'm with you. If I had a cleaner, my house would look better.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. Well, it is actually why would he be dating her? She's old.
Yeah, she's I'm not going to mention her age. She's older than Soros could get. She's older than Soros could get. Yeah. So Soros could be dating in the let's put it this way, into the shallow end of the age pool if he wanted to, because he's got $27 billion. So
there's got to be some political thing going on with that.
I think
some trade. Okay,
shared taste for blood.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Hillary somehow forced him to do it.
So my question for you, the missus, is: do you think this relationship will work out, given that Huma doesn't like Weiner anymore?
It'll probably work out as well as Bill and Hillary did.
And I think Jim Wetzel notes this. She used to date Hillary, so perhaps, and everything I've seen from Alexander Soros kind of rings a bell that says maybe doesn't look at bikinis.
Maybe they're each other's beards.
Yeah, so that Huma's hanging with Hillary, and Alex gets to go hang out with whoever Alex wants to hang out.
But why would they do that in this day and age? Because being gay is very trendy. And in fact, it inoculates you and get against a lot of criticism. Because guess what? If you're white, anything goes. But if you're white and gay, everything is homophobic.
So it's racist.
Yes, it's racist. But it's racist against gay people.
Well, it's also already racist against Soros or Huma, so. And Jim notes it gets complicated. so that
Absolutely
is
right. And Jim, when it gets complicated, there's only one solution.
Massive cannibalism.
100%.
It's better than bugs.
Yes. Eat the bugs and stay in the pod. So that's the end of Think Real Fast.
Think Real Fast.
Well, this was
fast.
Yeah, because it's Think Real Fast. But actually, I had 700. Oh, actually, I had about 500 words of prepared script for Think Real Fast. So it's about usual.
I think the secret to getting you through the first part of the podcast is to just put less things on your paper. You get one word from now on.
Her. Why does John sound like Fetterman? So, did you have fun tonight, Mark?
I did. I think if you do your one word, it should be meep.
Meep.
Meep. Meep.
No, it'll be a sentence and it'll be I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Soup.
Soup is good food. So the missus, did you have a good time tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Even though you wanted to throw your computer through a window. See, it survived. I think it was just the hardcore processing you were doing on it and it's probably overheated or something.
Yeah, and it hadn't turned off in quite a while, and I've been making it do stuff. So, we'll knock some stuff off my desk. And it would have fallen on the cat, who has been here with me tonight, being very demanding all evening.
Yep.
Well, you know, and all those FBI monitoring apps that are on it, and those ones from the CIA and all that, I mean, they do take up space and cycles, processing cycles.
They're here for you, Mark.
And don't forget, it's got stuck.
Well, I'm glad that they're knocking on your door then.
Well, and if they were Alex Soros, they might be knocking on the back door, but you never can tell. So, oh boy,
Well,
it's probably time to go. On that note, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to better infect people with this horrible, horrible thing that we do. I appreciate you.
Oh, come on. Our shenanigans are funny and charming.
Yes. I'm John.
I'm Mark.
And now you're going to leave me to have to fill because you've
Yep,
started
you
the
can
ending
tap dance
way
away.
too soon. But we will be back again next week. So you all better be here. Her. Y'all come back now, you hear?